up, fans? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. And today, well, we're going to be doing a quick spoiler-free review of Supergirl, one of my most anticipated films of this year. So what do I think? That is coming up right now, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. Alright guys, quiet on set. Scene 1, take 1. Action! Boom! Supergirl is basically the story of Kara Zor-El. Basically, she's celebrating her 23rd birthday. And of course, Ruthie, her family gets killed by Krem. And basically, she's trying to look for like a bounty hunter, somebody to exact revenge for her and kill Krem once and for all because he's a piece of shit. So she cross paths with Kara, and of course, Kara gets looped into this. And of course, Krem shoots a poison dart arrow at Crypto. And sorry guys, I'm being a little distracted here because there's fireworks being shot at next kind of in my block, and I don't know why, so hopefully I'm not starting too much. Anyway, so now it's up for, she has 72 hours to get the antidote from Krem to cure Crypto, and then they come across Lobo, and yeah, that's it. This is, you know, a typical space adventure. So that is the plot synopsis of the film. Now let's get on to the review. Oh my god, again, those fireworks. Sorry, folks. Jesus Christ. I hope they don't distract me. Goddamn. So, I was very excited. I mean, as you guys know, I love James Gunn's Superman, and I love the direction this new DCU is going. And I was actually quite enjoying the marketing for Supergirl, even especially myself. I actually have been reading Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. All I gotta say is this comic book, it is perfection. One of the best comic books I've ever freaking read. Graphic novels. And when I actually finished reading this, I was so excited that from what I've been hearing, this is the one they're gonna be adapting to, and I got very excited. And I really enjoyed Millie Alcock's basically kind of after credits stinger at the end of Superman. And no, really, I was very excited. I love Supergirl. I love DC. You know, even though I'm more of a Marvel guy, DC is still my heart. And no, again, like I said, really been hyped up, looking forward to this, and I've really been enjoying recently the DCU. So, what are my overall thoughts on this film? Well, all I gotta say is right off the bat, Millie Alcock is the show. She is just amazing. She is perfection. That is my Supergirl. She's actually funny and quippy when she has to be, and I really dug her a lot throughout the whole film. From the first, second, and third act, I really dug her a lot. I really dug her performance. She was amazing. She is Supergirl. She is funny. She is spunk. I love this a lot. I love this different things with her and excuse me. With her and her cousin Clark, and you really see a stark difference with Clark. She kind of sees him as kind of a nerd, and with herself, she seems more of like the more mature, even though technically she is mature from the comics. She's much more mature, and she's also like a party girl. You could tell, of course, throughout the film they show that she's been through a lot of trauma, and I understand her trauma. I kind of went through like a drinking phase. I kind of related to her with that. She saw her own people just die in front of her, and freaking, well, Clark hasn't experienced that. He doesn't know much of his history, and she does know about her history. And you really see this cool arc she kind of goes throughout the film. Ruthie is also really good. The actress who plays Ruthie, she is phenomenal, and she is really good. She kind of also plays this little child that's, you know, seems a little weak at first, or just bent on revenge. But then again, she comes very strong at the end. Jason Momoa as Lobo, you've heard it already before if you've seen the other reviews. He is born to play Lobo, and you can tell he's having a big blast as Lobo. He is really freaking good. Some of the cinematography is actually pretty nice. There's some color here and there, which is really freaking good. And I saw this in IMAX, so if you're gonna see this movie, watch it in IMAX, because the IMAX scenes really do freaking hit. And some of the action scenes, well, not all of them are pretty good. I gotta say they're all right. They're not out of the park. I gotta say this, they're very quick. They're very freaking quick, except for the climax, that final fight, even though it has this really bizarre freaking needle drop song. It was damn well choreographed and executed, and I gotta say that was really freaking good. And I gotta say this, around the end of the film, you would feel that Kara does something, and it depends on how you feel, especially if you read the graphic novel. It'll depend on how you feel about it. I myself, I'm kind of okay with it though. I'm not gonna say what it is, but you know, hey, I will do but most likely one day I am gonna do like a live spoiler review or a live stream spoiler discussion of this. Well, we'll see. Probably not. And no, really, but overall, I still I had a fun time with this movie. I had a fun time. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I actually did like this movie overall. But at the same time, I'm disappointed by this thing. I gotta say this movie, even though I had a lot of fun watching this film, it was a very good time. Even the theater I went to had a great time. This movie is so freaking generic. I mean, it's funny how I said that they try to adapt the Woman of Tomorrow, or the marketing seems to be. Not really. It's very heavily, loosely based on, and I wish it could have been clear on that this was loosely based off of Woman of Tomorrow, because they just take some elements here, and mainly the Ruthie and Clara storyline. That is just the base of it. And of course, yeah, I mean, Krem shooting, almost nearly killing Crypto, and also basically finding a cure to fix him or just get revenge. It's from the comics, but then again, it kind of doesn't have a lot of weight to it. I love Crypto in this movie still, but he doesn't get a lot of screen time, and there's a lot of moments where like you get puppy Crypto, but not enough to get more emotion, get attached. Yes, you do feel bad. Of course, of course you'll feel bad for the dog, but then again, I wish there was more punch to it. You know, a bit more John Wick. It kind of looked like they're gonna go with a bit more John Wick here, but it didn't really hit for me right there. And like I said about the action scenes, although they're pretty cool, a lot of it is just, like I said, it's very quick, and it's just not a lot of weight to this. There's moments where Kara's in the red sun, she's very weak and very human, but when she's in the yellow sun, she's pretty invincible. But I gotta say this, she does get her ass beat a lot. There is some, some tensions and stakes here, but not enough. And Lobo, although he's great, you could cut him out, and it will not impact the story. He was probably just set up, and that is pretty disappointing. And the score is very freaking generic. Holy shit, it's very generic. Krem is terrible. I mean, he ain't shit in the comic, but this is a chance for things to improve for the film. And unfortunately, he is just your stereotypical Marvel villain. There are some moments in the beginning when he kills Ruthie's family. There are some moments where you kind of see some comedy with this guy. I'm like, all right, he has a personality, but then that gets dropped immediately, and he's just your typical villain that traffics young women or young girls, which is, I mean, that's bad, but it kind of feels a bit shoehorned in here. Tries to create more drama in here and make him more of a douchebag. I mean, it's not like shooting Crypto wasn't enough. But he sucked. He really did suck. They really did him dirty, in my opinion. Yes, he was generic in the comic, but then again, I think he's worse here, in my opinion. They really changed up the design to make him look more fierce. And I love the actor. I fucking love the actor. But this, Jesus Christ, this was bad. This was freaking bad. And I gotta say that's one of the worst things of this film. It does improve a bit better with later in the film, but the editing is terrible. In the first 10 minutes, I knew there was some trouble here because in the opening credits, it was such quick. It gave me Rise of Skywalker vibes with the editing. Some of the editing is so bad and spastic like crazy. I'm just like, hold the fuck on. This is because somebody who's caught up with the DCU, and I was like, hey, hold the fuck on, god damn. And again, even this movie is just, you've been there, done that story, which I understand, nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't try to oomph itself out there, Doesn't give enough oomph to it. And that is a big shame. That is a big letdown. My biggest letdown of this film is that, yeah, it is very generic. Pretty underwhelming, story-wise. And I get it. I get it that this movie's trying not to break new ground, stuff like that, but again, try to care a bit. I'm sorry, but I sound like I'm hating this film. I don't hate this. I actually still like this movie, but there are some things where I feel like, wow, they could have done better with this. They could have done so much better. Missed opportunities with some characters here and there. And as much as I enjoyed the characters, especially Kara's arc, you don't get enough. I love the scenes of Krypton, and Argo, but you don't get enough of it. And I love with this movie going way too fast paced, when it slows down, you really are taking it in, and I wish there was more of that. Unfortunately, it's one of those, like, you gotta keep going. And I've heard that this film got 25 minutes of cut footage, so who knows that those extra footage could have helped the movie a bit. We'll probably never know. And yeah, guys, you know, like I said, I had fun with this film. I actually liked this film overall, but I gotta say this, I would be lying if I wasn't disappointed by this film. I almost left the theater kind of like extremely underwhelmed, but the more I thought about it, the more I'm looking back at this, and you know what? It's trying to be this fun summer film, but then again, it's like some passion was kind of lost there. But that's not gonna take away from me loving Millie Alcock, and she really knocked it out of the park. Why do I still like this when we think it's fun? It's because of her, and I gotta say her chemistry with Ruthie, it is good. Millie Alcock, she is amazing in this film. She's born to play Supergirl, and yeah, she really kept the film going for me. And you know what? Yeah, I'll still give it I'll give this film a pass and all that stuff. But if there were some more hiccups here and there, I would have been like, alright, you know, alright. I don't think this film is as bad as people say it is, but then again, I don't blame people that hate this film, to be honest, though. So, who knows? But you know what? I'm going to end it on a positive note here. David Cornsweet, he's not in the film a lot. He's probably only 3 minutes in the film. He's only 3 minutes in the film, but oh my god, he's so cute. I love him. I love David Cornsweet. He's Superman. And you know what? Hopefully James Gunn incorporates a lot of Supergirl in Man of Tomorrow, because if she is in Man of Tomorrow more like very prominent, like a secondary character, oh my god, I'm gonna be freaking hyped, because her scenes with Clark are phenomenal. You really feel the family dynamic with them. I love their scenes together, and I'm so excited. She's gonna be in Man of Tomorrow, but goddamn, I hope she's very prominent, and I really am excited. This is the thing. Despite me being a bit underwhelmed, even though I still like the film, I am very excited to see Millie Alcock return as Supergirl. So I'll end it on a positive note here. So with that, folks, if I were to give Supergirl a rating, I'll give it a solid 3 out of 5. You know, it's again, I like the film, but really at the same time, I'm like, oh wow, it's kind of is a mixed bag for me. But you know, I still like the film. I had fun, but again, this is not a movie that I'm gonna probably defend really, because it's yeah, boy. But you know what, folks, before we wrap up the review, I gotta show you guys a couple things. So since I saw this IMAX, of course, with the IMAX ticket, you get, of course, Chapter 1 of Woman of Tomorrow. And yeah, this is Woman of Tomorrow, Chapter 1, pretty nice. And of course, I've got the Foreskin Cup, baby. Oh boy, I missed out on last year's Superman Cup, and because I think they sold out at my local AMC, but I got the Cock Cup. It's I wanted to get this. You know what? This is really cute and neat. So that is really cool, guys. So guys, that was my review for Supergirl. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and stuck around at the end. So let me know down in the comment section down below what you guys think of Supergirl. And yeah, folks, that is it. So this is Javi from JAVIWOOD Productions signing off, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. And that's a wrap.